Okay.
No, it's that moment, Jeff. It's that moment. Are you ready?
I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
I know.
I can't.
All right, make sure that your names are on here, you guys.
How do I make
not,
My
it
name's on there. My name's on there.
bigger?
Do what?
How do I make it bigger? Oh, there we go.
There you go. Are you going to spin it? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm waiting for everybody to make sure. Everybody's name is on there, right?
Everybody that matters. At least Jeff is on there.
You want me to put Jeff in there twice?
No, I'm not a cheater.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's true. I do cheat when it suits me.
Okay, if I win, I'm going to give you my place. Don't worry.
Oh, you're such a good mom.
I know.
I'm a horrible son. I'll take it.
Okay.
You're a privileged little brat.
Yes, I am. At least I can't say that your mom loves me more.
You can or you can't?
I don't think she does. I don't think she does. I think she loves you more.
Yeah,
You never know.
I'm her favorite son.
Oh, shit.
You never know.
I'm the first edition.
Oh shit!
I was the first one, first edition.
Yeah, but you know what? I am the latest, greatest, and upgraded. So I'm just gonna say.
Oh wow!
No, you were the prototype, Jeff, because you're older. Ready? You ready, Jeff?
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
By the way, let me know if you can hear the music. There should be music playing too. So if you can't hear it, that would be sad. But the music's pretty cool. All right, ready? Do the countdown, Jeff, from 5.
5, 4, 3. Okay, just spin the fucking thing.
2, 1. All right, here we go. Here we go.
To be honest with you, I couldn't count down. I forgot my numbers. I forgot how to count for the day.
Doesn't surprise me. Oh, who's it gonna be? Mother versus daughter. Oh, that's gonna be 2 in a row. Is there a rule against that?
That's cheating.
That's 2 in a row.
Uh-huh.
Right, what does the group say?
I think we're seeing favorites.
Yes, you see, that's
Cheater.
not fair.
Cheater.
¿Qué dices, Laida? ¿Quieres ser ganadora otra vez o no?
Las malas que nos rifan $1,000,000. No, pon otra vez para que toque a todos. Pon otra vez para que nos toque a todos.
Otra vez. Okay. All right, so she's being nice and gracious, and she's allowing you little losers to have another shot. All right, so say thank you to Lida, everybody. She's giving you one more shot to be the winner of the day.
Yeah.
Thank you,
cheating. Thank you.
All right.
De nada.
Let's do a countdown for real this time, Jeff.
Oh, what?
Now she's going to win again.
Fine. 3, 2, 1, spin!
All right, there we go. Who's it gonna be?
Anyone but Jeff.
Ooh. Oh, land on spin again. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's the latest, greatest. It's Les.
Good
job, Les.
Finally, somebody different.
Congrats, Les. Would you like to say any bragging comments?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not too much into it, but
It's not fair. It was my turn.
Well, even if you're not into it, here's your chance. Use it or lose it.
all right, I'll take it.
You'll take it? All right. All right, cool. Well, if you want to brag, go ahead while I check up on Florida and make sure that she's ready for showing her screen so that we can all listen to the video. ¿Estás lista, Flor?
Sí.
Okay. Yeah, puedes poner el video si quieres. All right, and if you guys are watching us on streaming, you can also join us. Click on the link, and then you can actually come in and not just watch us, but also come in and join us. So we'll have some fun here. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to watch our cool video titled Is God a SuperIntelligent A.I? And then after that, we're going to have an intelligent discussion.
And we need to put intelligently our mics off and our videos too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially the mic. If you don't care about the video, that's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, to not distract
I can
people,
see
you can
Jeff.
to not distract people, you can turn all your stuff off, other than being able to watch. So, wow, Jeff. All right, cool. Oh, I think Jeff accidentally left. We'll wait for him a little bit. Not too long, though. I hear a kitty cat. Wow, we have lots of floors today.
Yay!
We got 3 floors in here today. What a coincidence. There we go. ¿Lo puedes hacer pantalla grande también? Por favor. Y todavía escuchamos acá. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself, guys. ¿Todo bien, Flor? Sorry, guys, we're having a little bit of technical difficulty, it looks like. Ahora no. So while we're waiting, I'm sure Jeff can tell us some funny stories. Jeff, are you there?
Of course I'm here. You want a funny story? Okay.
Yeah, let's go for it.
How about a crazy story?
Okay.
Okay,
Eric.
so check this out. My mom a couple of weeks ago was over at the grocery store, and she was walking down the aisle, and she saw this like really old, wrinkly lady pushing this cart down the road or down the walkway, and she kept staring at her, and my mom was like kind of noticing, feeling it's a little weird, right? So finally she goes up to the lady, she goes like, I can't help you noticing that you keep looking at me. What's going on? Do you need some help? Because my mom deals with the elderly, she cleans houses for the elderly. It's kind of her passion, so she went over to try to help her. So the lady says, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't help it. Forgive me for saying so, but you're the spitting image of my late daughter. She died a couple of years ago, and you look just like her. Are you my daughter? And my mom, obviously, feeling like, whoa, this is crazy. This woman's clearly just lost her daughter last year, and she has this emotional thing. So she, her heart goes out to her, and she goes like, no, I'm not. I buried my mom, back in '93. But thank you so much for the compliment. And she goes, oh my God, you look just like her. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you so much for being nice. And so they said their goodbyes, and as they were shopping more, they were coming towards each other, in another aisle. And she looked at her, and the old lady looked at my mom, goes like, oh my gosh, can I please have a hug? You look so much like my daughter. And so my mom reaches out and gives her a hug. My mom's that kind of a person. So she gives her a hug, and the old lady's kind of tearing up a little. So my mom hugs her again, and she goes, okay, thank you so much. I'm going to go. And she goes, okay. So they finish their shopping. So then my mom goes and gets in line to go do her purchasing, right? And the old lady is right in front of her, right? And so as they're waiting in line, she turns to my mom. She goes, I know this is a little weird. I know you're really not my daughter, but would you do me a favor? She goes, sure. What's up, dear? And she goes, right when I'm leaving, will you say, okay, Mom, I love you. Bye-bye. Would you please say that for me? And my mom, of course, being my mom, she goes, yeah, no problem, right? So the lady finishes her groceries shopping, and she starts to leave. And my mom says, okay, love you, Mom, bye, and waves goodbye and all that. And it was a beautiful moment, right? And so then, my mom finishes ringing out, and she had, like 6 or 7 items, just some bread and some milk and some other things. And the lady behind the cash register says, okay, that's $102. And my mom's like, what? Why is 6 items $102? And she goes, oh, your mom says that you were going to be taking care of the bill. And my mom freaks out. She goes, oh my God, I can't afford that. She goes, that's not really my mom. And the cash register, the guy says, well, you said goodbye, Mom, and you said I love you. So clearly it is. And she goes, oh my God, that's not my mom. It was just some lady that I was trying to be nice to. She said I look like her daughter. And the guy behind the register says, dude, well, you need to pay the bill. I mean, and she goes like, no, this is bullshit. I'm going to run out there and go get her. I could still probably capture her. So my mom leaves her groceries there. She runs outside. This old lady is just getting in the car, right? And she's getting ready to sit down in the car. And right as she does, my mom grabs her leg and starts tugging on her leg, just like I'm tugging on yours. It's the fake story.
Wow. What a dork.
Wow, that was awesome. Really thank you, Jeff.
Oh, welcome, Darks. Is that how you say your name?
Yeah, that's my other friend. All right, good.
That's how you say it,
What's
Darks?
up? Yeah, it's Eric.
All right. Oh, Eric. Hey, Eric. How's it going? Oh, I've never seen that animated thing. What is that? Waiting for IV cam? What is that?
I don't know. He'll figure it out.
Huh. Interesting.
I'm glad you liked my story.
Yeah, you're always pulling our leg, Jeff.
I can't believe you guys didn't see that one coming. Frankly, I can't believe it.
I did, but I didn't want to say anything. I want you to finish.
Thank you, Mom. See, that's why you're my favorite mom.
You see, I knew it.
That's okay. I'm your favorite son, so it works.
I'm gonna tell your mom you said that.
Exactly.
I don't care. She's not picky like that. She'll just say to me, "That's okay. He's not my favorite son, anyways."
That's my favorite garden.
Oh, thank you. Oh.
My dad's not nice.
All right, so Fleur says that she thinks she got it all set up and ready to go. So let's go ahead and go for second time. Second time's a charm.
All right, we'll mute our videos on our cell phone or on our microphones, everybody, until after the video.
Cool. Thank you, Jeff. I still hear a lot of static from somewhere, guys. Make sure you check your mics. I don't know if it's Fleur or not, but... Flor, ¿qué te está haciendo? ¿No le hace play? No hay ruido, no hay sonido. No, no hay sonido. All right, give me a second, you guys. No, no se escucha nada. Jeff, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Do you mind entertaining everybody while I help Flor figure out this technical issue that she's having?
Oh, sure. I'd love to entertain everybody. Here, I'll entertain you with my cool booger tricks. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right, you guys want to hear another story?
Should I tell the story of my mom?
Go ahead. I don't know what story you're talking about. Go ahead.
The toxic story.
The what?
The toxic story.
I don't know which one you're talking about. Is it a bad story or is it an uplifting story?
Toxic.
My mom made people cry.
Yeah, that's not a good story, I don't think.
No, but it's a funny way.
Oh, okay. You want to tell the funny story? Go ahead. You have the floor.
Okay, so when I was younger, about maybe elementary school, maybe I was in late middle school or early middle school. My brother was in elementary school. We were camping with my Nan and Papa in Alberta. I don't know if you guys know where that is, but it's in Canada. It's the province beside BC. And she had vegetarian chili on squirrely bread. Jeff, did I tell you this story?
I don't remember. It doesn't sound familiar.
Oh. Well, that sucks. It's funny. So she had vegetarian chili on squirrely bread for lunch. Everything was fine until we got to when we were all going to bed. We were all sleeping at this point, and my mom starts farting.
Mom would not want you telling this story.
Oh, she doesn't care. She's proud of this.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then.
This moment. So, Mom's passing gas, and my brother wakes up crying in tears. Mommy, please stop farting. Wyatt is bawling his eyes out from my mom's stench, and I woke up, and it's like something crawled up her ass and died. And my wake up, I'm like, Anita, get out of the trailer right now. And then, the best part, the carbon monoxide detector goes off.
No way.
Guess what?
Oh, man. That's a potent fart.
Yes, toxic.
Thanks for the story. You know, there's a running joke when how I always get in here and I tell fart jokes for some reason. So I think it's kind of funny that, you know, the day I brought a new friend, she tells a fart joke. It just totally makes sense that you would tell a fart joke. So I appreciate it. And Gabriel, I think you can see why Emily and I are friends now.
So, actually, the first time my brother said anything to his girlfriend about my mom, first story he told his new girlfriend on their first date.
Oh, no.
I think I did.
No way.
I can't remember.
Your brother is very romantic.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, your poor mother. So did you guys throw away all the chili in the house after that?
We wouldn't let her eat vegetarian chili ever again.
I don't blame you. Those damn carbon monoxide monitors get expensive.
And carbon monoxide can kill you.
Yes.
She released toxic gas.
Yeah, when you think when you think about it, the carbon monoxide monitors don't go off unless it reaches a level that's like dangerous to human health. So your mother can literally brag that she farted to the point to where it's dangerous to human health. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty damn impressive. If I ever meet your mom, I'll have to give her a thumbs up on that one.
Oh, Gabriel didn't hear my story.
No,
okay.
I didn't. Give me 1 second, you guys. I've been trying to call Flor and she's not picking up. Flor, ¿estás ahí? Oh, te estaba llamando para ayudarte.
Ya quedó.
¿Sí? ¿Está bien ahora? ¿Estás segura?
Sí.
Okay.
Come
All
on.
right. So third time's the charm. Let's see what happens. Thank you for being patient, you guys. And
Well, thank you, Emily, for telling that wonderful fart story about your mother. How she farted so bad in the trailer, set off the carbon monoxide monitor, and everybody had to get out of the trailer. I just think that that's awesome. This is the reason why Emily and I are friends, because her first time on, she tells a fart joke of all things.
She's taking your place,
it.
Jeff. You're
I
becoming
know.
obsolete.
I need to step my game up.
Yeah, you have to, man. You gotta go on the Googles and find new fart jokes.
There you go. All right, go ahead and do your display. We'll go ahead and turn off our videos on our microphones now, so you can get started.
Yeah. Thank you for filling in, you guys. Sí, ¿lo pasas a grande?
So that leads to our next topic. Is it possible that God is a superintelligent AI? So, what do I mean by that? If we do live in a simulation, something is running that simulation, right? What is running that simulation?
Escuchamos acá.
Is it God? Could it be a computer? Could it be an AI, an intelligent computer? So as we mentioned before, we could be living in the future, we could be living in a simulation, but we're all having our own individual experience. So that itself is kind of like you have to be able to see beyond the game. You have to learn the rules of the game. You have to learn the mechanics or the physics of the game to really understand what's going on. And it's really interesting. In religion, there's actually a lot of technology that religions have used. So on the top right, you'll see basically these spinning wheels that they would use in ancient. It was Tibetan. In the Tibetan culture, they have these spinning prayer wheels, and so basically, it's a machine used for a spiritual purpose. In Japan, they actually have this robot here on the left, which is actually a Buddhist robot, and it will perform all sorts of ceremonies, like a death ceremony, a marriage ceremony, all these things that they've programmed into it to do. So they basically are making a robot literally be used for spiritual purposes. And so in our Western society, we think that's a very crazy idea. But in other cultures, so here's a very great quote by the president of Robotics Society of Japan. He says, "In Japan, we believe all inanimate objects have a soul. So a metal robot is no different from a human in that respect. So there are less boundaries between humans and objects." So if there's that similarity in that culture, we can't automatically dismiss it. We can question it, but we should consider the implications of what they're talking about. If objects can have souls, then why not some sort of AI program? Why not something spiritual? So we like to think of objects as dead, as having no life, and only animals and plants and humans as having life. But there's a very interesting idea called panpsychism. Back before the major religions arise, there was something called animism, which most tribes believed in, and it basically was along the lines of everything is living. Everything, even the rocks or the streams or the sky or the stars, everything is alive. which I find very interesting because if you study quantum physics, it seems to imply that the universe is watching you all the time. So it knows if you're looking, and it will react based on if you're looking or not. So that kind of adds credence to that idea. Speaking of technology, there's another very interesting invention called the God helmet. So this psychologist basically created this helmet that was meant to stimulate the temporal lobes of the human mind to see if one side of the brain would react differently from the other. And he found a very interesting result from that. He claimed that people were having these spiritual experiences. They would hear voices, or they would see things, or they would feel the presence of some spiritual entity, which is a very interesting concept. And it's another thing that leads to one of my observations, in that the human nervous system is really a bridge, and it basically bridges the physical world with the spiritual world. So our neurology is incredibly important, and when I say neurology, I mean your brain, your spinal cord, all the nerves that come out of that. It basically filters all of your experience, everything you see, smell, touch, taste, feel, everything runs through the nervous system and gets processed by your brain. So that's kind of like the old adage of, in the movie The Matrix, Neo is talking to Morpheus, and Morpheus tells him, how do you know that what you experience is real when, basically your brain has all these electrical impulses, and everything that you experience gets turned into an electrical impulse that goes to your brain. How do you know that you're not, living in some kind of matrix? So going back to what I was saying. So yes, there was a very interesting experiment with this God helmet, where people were having these spiritual experiences based on stimulation of their temporal lobes. So again, that kind of adds to the idea that our brain and our nervous system is processing everything that we experience, and it is the link between the physical, the here and now, and then the spiritual, the things that are beyond that. So if you think of reality as a simulation, and so if we're living in a simulation and something is running the simulation, could it be that it was coded, that it was programmed? Could God be some programmer that we don't know, that we cannot see? Just like you don't see the programmer of a video game, you never get to meet them, but you can kind of see a little bit of how they view the world and gather some of their ideas through playing their video games or through consuming their media, which you could technically say even a video, meaning like a movie, would be a simulation. But we never actually meet the people that wrote it, or we might, but usually we don't. We might meet them, but usually we don't, but we can glean things from them. So what if God is a programmer? And so actually, even in Western society, we have kind of examples of this simulation hypothesis, this kind of life is a dream sort of mentality, where when, for example, we'll use the Genesis story, where God created Eve from Adam, but before he could do that, he had to put Adam into some kind of sleep, a very deep sleep. And from that moment, then God was able to, bring forth Eve, right? So you could even say, even in Western society, this could be a possibility. What if we are still in the Garden of Eden, and what we think is our lives is really just a dream from some form of deep sleep? What if our deep sleep is what we call this simulation that we call reality? What if dreaming and virtual reality is really one and the same thing, where it's creating new worlds, creating new places, creating new experiences and information? That is the one thing that links it all together, is whether it's real or not, it doesn't matter. It's all information, and information is what's real. So what if we're in heaven right now and we have no clue? We're just kind of in heaven, checking out all the cool tech in heaven and seeing like what it's like to be alive on Earth in the year 2020 when all hell breaks loose. You know, what is true reality and what lies beyond that? You know, this might just be God's way of teaching us things, making us humble, saying, hey, there's all this wealth of information I could tell you, or you can experience it. And I can hold your hand through it, and you'll be okay when you arise on the other side. But you'll have all this wisdom. It's not beyond the realm of possibility that God is kind of behind the scenes running the show, but it's for our own benefit. You could even say in the scenario that I gave prior, you know, what if we're living in the future? What if the simulation is run by some sort of council or some sort of, I guess you could say, group of people that really just want to advance human beings, like their souls, basically to develop them to be more benevolent. So if they are able to achieve that benevolence, then they're allowed into the real society when, you know, they basically checked out to make sure that, yeah, this person is stable. You know, this person can actually contribute to our beautiful utopian society because now they've earned it. You know, they've reached that level of understanding and wisdom and patience, that level of enlightenment. So it's a very interesting thing that technology can actually show us the relationship between spirituality, technology, how the one unifying thing is information, and that information gets processed through our nervous system, and our nervous system is the bridge between the physical reality and the spiritual reality. Neurology is basically the bridge that unifies the physical reality with the spiritual reality, and in both of those, and also in virtual reality, the one thing that unifies it all is information. So the other aspect, it's very interesting when you study, you know, virtual reality, you study spiritual traditions, and you study quantum physics, is they're all kind of talking about the same thing but from a different angle. The one thing that matters the most in all of these is consciousness, our state of consciousness. So our consciousness can make reality. Our consciousness can change the effect of an experiment. Our consciousness can pray and hope for an outcome or hope for something good in the world, and that'll happen. Or our attention, our focused attention in a video game will render and unrender certain aspects of that virtual reality into our field of view. So information and consciousness, those are the two things that persist in all of these examples. They are basically the most important things. So if consciousness and information are the most important things, then is it possible that we have a direct access to all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom that's ever been? We just need to focus on it with our consciousness. What if ourselves and God, or the creator, or the simulation, or the universe, whatever you want to call it, what if it can interface with us and we can interface with it if we just focus? What if all of life itself is a projection of that cosmic force and we're always connected to it? Not just us, but also animals, plants, all living things, all intelligent things, you could even say. That could even be AI, could be part of that as well. And what if we just might be more powerful than we can imagine? What if we are powerful beyond measure? So, with that said, I will conclude this talk, and I would like to know, what are your thoughts? And if you're online, go ahead and drop a comment. And if you're here, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and we will continue the discussion, and you guys can let me know your ideas, your thoughts, and we'll go from there.
All right, you guys. So you can all come on back. And if you guys are online and you guys want to come in and be a part of our actual chat on here, feel free to follow the link. You can actually go to our hub, and then from there you can click on online chat room. You can come in and join us and be a part of our great discussion. So if you guys are here though in this chat, if you guys want to drop an emoji, and then we'll be able to go in that order of basically like what you guys would like to talk about and what your thoughts were. If you want to say a comment, let's go ahead and do that. So that way we can have some kind of order going on so that people don't talk over other people and people have their chance to talk as well. So I see Les put down his emoji. So what are your thoughts, Les?
Well, it seems like if God made a supercomputer and we're running in that simulation, that that doesn't sound feasible to me, because for one thing, like, well, I don't know, if you think it's a Christian God, the Bible says be fruitful and multiply. That's just simply bad advice.
So you're saying that your thoughts that God being omniscient being wouldn't be feasible, or all powerful, I should say.
Well, I would say that it wouldn't be a loving God if he created the world the way it is. It's certainly got a lot of turmoil in it. So,
yeah, I don't know if that's justifying not being loving. I mean, if you look at anybody that makes any video game, are they a bad person? Just because there's, there might be like violence in their game, or they have to shoot a space invader or something. Like, that's kind of like the objective of the game, right? So it's more of like your interpretation of the game is kind of like you say it's evil, but what if it's just the game?
It's just like the scientists that discovered, nuclear power. They had good intentions. Now, what men did with it, that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a good point to make. That's a good point.
Well, the concept of God being all-knowing and loving, it's not compatible with, it's inconsistent.
With what?
I mean, any God that would make a world that has got so many crazy things going on wouldn't be a loving God.
Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by crazy. I mean, like if you look at like some of the video games that are the most realistic, like Grand Theft Auto, for example, you could say, oh, well, because there's so much violence in this game, then the people that made this game surely must be evil, because look at all the things they allow to happen. But that's kind of like the entertainment part of it. Like, if you don't have that, then it's not, the game isn't as immersive.
Well, you don't have to have violence in a game in order for it to be entertaining.
No,
for some people you do.
Yeah, for some people maybe, but it's just the genre of game. It's just a genre. Like, it's like saying, well, then I think RPGs are evil because they make me spend a lot of time playing a game. I think that's evil.
The other thing I'd like to say is that challenge is what makes human beings tick. Without challenge, we can't achieve our goals or achieve any height of understanding or anything. And the evil that is in this world is the challenge. And video games just capture that challenge and put it in a format that's easy to understand. But this world's no different. Every time somebody has cancer, or you get in an accident, or your neighbor yells at you because they don't like the sound of your music, it's all just challenges. And these challenges allow us to grow. And I think God understands the human condition, and that's why he allows us stuff here. I don't think personally, and I don't mean to pass judgment on your thoughts, Les, I totally respect your thoughts, but for me, these challenges are not a negative thing. The way you interpret it turns it negative. So you say things like, this world is full of turmoil, but that's just your perception. Somebody like me who tries to be positive, and I don't always do a good job, but I try to look at these turmoil things as a positive growing experience, which actually enlightens me and makes me grow and learn. And that's not a negative thing, even though the actual item is negative, my reaction becomes positive.
Yeah, but you're in a privileged position in the world.
Not as much as some.
Well, yeah, but so that doesn't negate the situation that billions of people are facing, where they're like struggling to find enough food to keep from starving to death.
Again, that is your perspective and my perspective. Everybody's different. Everybody has different lives. Am I privileged in America? Yes, of course. But that doesn't mean that my struggles are any less valuable than somebody that's starving in a different country. They're looking for food. I'm looking for entertainment or whatever the hell it is of the day. There's still struggles, and it's all about perception. There are people that are starving who still laugh and giggle and have a good life. There are people that are starving that are absolutely miserable. It's all about perception. This world is about perception.
There's also people that are billionaires that probably are not very happy. So
yeah, so perception is really what's most important, I think. Regardless of where you're at, regardless of what your beliefs are about God or spirituality, your perception, which is something that each and every one of us needs to control. If your perception is off, it inevitably ends up in disease and nastiness. If your perception is right, it inevitably ends up in long life, probably marriage and companionship, because people want to be around positive people. You know, and I know I've been married twice, and I'm on my second wife, and right now when I'm in this phase where everything sucks and I'm stressed, she doesn't want to be around me. And if I was like that permanently, I'd probably get a divorce. She'd leave my ass to find somebody who was more positive, because my wife in particular is somebody that very much likes the positivity and likes the laughter and the joy. And that's just perception. It's the way you think about it. Life is 90% perception.
Okay,
and
so
10% circumstance.
What you're saying is that you can be any way you want, and if your wife perceives it as good, then that's all that counts.
No, that's not all that counts, but that's what counts in our marriage, is what makes our marriage quality and brings us together, is the perception between each other. Yeah,
I would say that if you do nasty things to your wife, that her perception is going to change.
Yes, that's my point. But those nasty things are not like hitting her or spitting in her food. Those nasty things are like having a bad attitude and thinking wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd rather look at a big picture rather than just like focus in on like the life of an ordinary person, or somebody, maybe that has some privilege within the world.
I agree. The big picture is freaking huge, but the big picture doesn't control you. It's just something you pay attention to. We all have this little tiny world we live in. Our apartments, our house, our jobs, the people in our lives. It's a tiny little fraction of the world. Yes, it's good to look at the whole thing, but all you can really control is your world, your life, how you perceive things, how you treat people, the love you give. That's how the world is changed, is me loving you, Les, better than anybody else. That's how I control this world. Go ahead. What do you want to say, Mom and Dad?
No, I'm speechless, Jeff. Isn't that what Jesus was telling everyone? Like, you have to love everybody around you and do the best that you can, and that's how you change the world, basically. So that's just what you just said. Do what you can within your surroundings. Of course, you cannot change the entire universe. It's just way too big. We are not that powerful.
Yeah, my attitude is this: life is a puzzle, and everybody here has probably done a puzzle. And you go through a puzzle, and you'll find this little piece that's got a little face on it or an eye. You go, like, "Oh, I know where that goes." I want to be that piece in this world. I want to be the piece that everybody can recognize, and they recognize me as love, not a little eyeball or nose or a flower, but that's got the love and shines a light that is full of love. That's my goal. I can't look at the whole puzzle and fix the whole puzzle, unless you are so right. It's important to know where that little piece goes. It's so important to look at the big picture. But if you get stuck in it, that's not living. That's fear. And that's my concern.
Well, people have certain genetics and epigenetics, and they don't have very much control over that. So if somebody's fearful, it may be just part of their, the genetics that makes them that way.
Yeah. Emily, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
Yeah, and I think also Darks he put an emoji in there too, so he's definitely up as well. So both you guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of this whole conversation?
I would love the new guys to talk a little bit. Why doesn't Emily or Dark speak up?
Well, I guess this has both scientific and biblical aspects. For when he said, "Why isn't God all loving?" Well, first, it's your choice to believe in God, right? Well, if you read the Bible, apparently, God gave humans free will. The bad thing started when the serpent deceived Eve and then Adam, right? Well, that's biblical. So I guess the bad choices are within our choice. What we do. I mean, you could try to do good and yet still do something bad without realizing it. The thing is, if you read the Bible and you read what Jesus taught, you learn that a lot of his teachings were actually pretty nice, and also spoke a lot of truth. As humans, we tend to blame others, yet still don't see the bad that we do. Simulation, well, that is a theory, but I mean, I don't know much about it. I know I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you guys probably spoke some other stuff that I totally forgot about. Just now.
You can just speak on whatever you want here. There's no natural forum you need to speak on. If there's something else on your mind, you're more than welcome to bring up the same topic, a different topic, whatever. It's whatever you want.
Well, I mean, I've done a couple of research on the simulation, but I've heard many different theories for. But I mean, I also did a couple of studies on some other beliefs. Like I've done some Mesopotamian mythology research, some also some Greek, and the beginning of Christianity and how it became a religion, stuff like that. And I see there was a lot of that in well, at least the theory of God being the creator of the simulation, right? But I mean, it really depends on your point of view, what you want to believe also. I mean, I don't really have much to say, honestly.
Okay. I'm curious, what of the studies you've done with Mesopotamians, were there any parallels with what we talked about today?
Well, what I've seen is that a lot of the mythology that came before Christianity, which is where pretty much Christianity evolved from, there's a lot of similar stories. For example, Adam and Eve or Genesis. There's a similar story in the Sumerian tablets, which they aren't exactly believed to be what's it called 100% accurate, because there wasn't much tablets. There's also the